Hello, welcome back to my IELTS podcast. In today's lecture, we're going to continue from our previous lecture and we're going to talk about a grammar and vocabulary integration. In other words, how you can build a band 8 sentences. All right, let's get started. So, here are the 6 sentence patterns for your IELTS academic writing task 1. Again, these formula and sentence pattern or sentence structure have you increased a higher band score from 7 to band 8. All right, let's have a look at sentence pattern and formula 1. So the first one, we got subject followed by verb and followed by adverb. Let's have a look at the example. Sales increased dramatically in Q3. So in this case, sales is a noun and it works as a subject. Increased is the past tense verb form, and dramatically is an adverb, come from an adjective dramatic, right? So sale increased dramatically in Q3. Let's follow our formula and some pattern or structure. Subject, verb, and adverb. Right. 2. There, followed by verb to be, followed by adjective, and followed by noun. Let's have a look at this example. There was a significant rise in exports. Okay, so there, was is the past form of verb to be, and significant is an adjective, rise is a noun. So there was a significant rise in exports. It followed our sentence structure. 3. We have subject and followed by the verb experience and followed by noun. For example, the country experienced a sharp decline in GDP. So in this case, country is a noun and it works as a subject. Experience is the past tense of experience. A sharp decline, well, of course, that is a noun. So the country experienced a sharp decline in GDP, thus follow our sentence pattern and structure number 3. Right, number 4. We have noun followed by verb to be, followed by verb observed or recorded. Let's have a look at the example. A marked increase was recorded in 2019. So a marked increase, that is a noun per se, or a noun phrase if you want to say that. And we have was, which is the past tense of verb to be, recorded. There you go. In 2019, so was recorded. In this case, it is a past simple passive voice. Remember, we talk about using passive voice in our writing task 1. Okay, let's have a look at sentence pattern and structure number 5. So we have between. It could be followed by the number of years and years, and then followed by subject and verb. For example, between 2010 and 2020, the figure rose by 15%. So you see, between, we got the same as the structure, then the number, the figure, the year, and another year. And then the figure, that is a noun, and it works as what? It works as a subject. Rose is the past tense of rhymes, so that is a verb. Okay? Right, last but not least, sentence structure and patterns number six. We have after, followed by verb ing, followed by subject, and followed by another verb, right? Okay, let's have a look at the example. After reaching a peak of 60%, the rate fell steadily. So we have after, then verb ing reaching, or you may call it present participle. Then we have the rate, that is another subject, and then fell steadily. Fell is a verb, past tense verb of fall. Steadily is actually an adverb which modifies fell. So the strategy here is you should try to vary your sentence patterns, which signal the examiner that you have this flexibility in playing with your sentence structure and patterns. So a core requirement for Band 7 Plus in lexical resources and grammatical range accuracy is when you know how to play, switch, or mix these sentence patterns when you are dealing with your IELTS Academic Writing Task 1. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about paraphrasing techniques. Well, in writing tasks, whether it's writing task 1 or task 2, paraphrasing techniques is very important. So here we've got two-sided. So we have the original task question and the three main statement there. And then on your right side, we have the paraphrased, and that is for band 8 and 7 and 8. The same. These three statements are being paraphrased from the original task question. Let's have a look at that. So, number one, the graph shows the number of visitors to three museums. And when you look at the paraphrase for band 8 and 7 and 8, it says the line graph illustrates the trends in visitor numbers across three museums over a 20-year period. Well, if you notice how the candidate paraphrase from the original task question to the band 7 or 8, then you would see show, the verb shows in the original task question is being replaced by the synonym illustrates. And then the number is being replaced with trends in, right? And then we have crossed three museums over a 20-year period. So you see that's how the candidate in band 7 and 8 transform the original task question to the band 7 and 8 sentence structure. Right, let's have a look at number 2. The chart gives information about water usage in different countries. So these original tasks use the word gives and then information about. And then when the candidate in band 7 and 8 paraphrase, it says the bar charts compares water consumption in four nations. So gives is being replaced by compares water consumption in four nations, right? Right, last but not least, number 3, the pie chart shows the main reason people use public transport. Then we paraphrase it to the pie charts presents data regarding the primary motivations for using public transport. The shows is being replaced by presents. right? Main reason is being replaced by primary motivation. So in this case, it's important that you use the right synonyms for earning band 7 plus or band 8. For example, show is being replaced by illustrates, depicts, and presents. That's the best synonym for the verb shows. Number is being replaced by figure or amount. About is being replaced by regarding or concerning. So here's a pro tip for you. Always paraphrase the question in your opening sentence. Right? That's very important. And again, please do not copy the original question task word for word because the examiners will specifically check for this. What happened if you copy the original task question word for word? Well, of course, the examiner will notice that and you will not get a higher band score. Right, let's talk about avoiding repetition. Do versus done, what you must do and what you mustn't do. So demonstrate lexical flexibility by varying your vocabulary or by playing with different vocabulary structure. Here I refer to sentence structure and referencing. So there are two parts. Well, of course, the green part is do and the red part is done. But let's go to do first. I love the positive part first. So do use synonyms. For example, increased, rose, climbed, and grew. Many more verbs that mean the same, right? So try to play with your lexical resource. It shows the flexibility. It shows that you're capable of, you know, playing with these advanced lexical resources. Varying structure. What do I mean by this? Well, you have to be varying, use different sentence structure, alternate between verbs form and noun form. Advanced English user, they tend to be able to play with the verb form and the noun forms, and especially when they are paraphrasing, you know, the sentences. Use referencing these feature, the former, the later. Why? Because you avoid repetition from the original task question or question task. Right. Mix active and passive voice across your response. So of course, so far I've told you that use passive voice in your writing task one, but not every sentence must be passive voice. You have to learn to play with that. You have to mix, you have to understand the situation when to use active voice and when to use passive voice across your response in writing task one. Use pronouns and demonstrative pronouns or adjective in this case to effectively avoid repetition. Okay, let's look at the don't. So, repeat increased 5 times in one paragraph. This is the mistake for a lot of IELTS candidates who are not a good English user, not competent English user. They tend to repeat multiple times of the verb or words in their writing. And that is when the band score is being dragged down. Use the same sentence structure repeatedly. Again, when you use the same sentence structure repeatedly, it shows that you are not flexible enough. You are not advanced user, right? Copy words directly from the questions. This is the part where we talked about earlier. Please do not copy word to word from the question task. You have to paraphrase using synonym and sentence structure. Use informal synonyms. Went up, got bigger. So went up, you change it to got bigger. And that is informal synonym. You can say went up, rose, increase, and there are many more uh, advanced synonym. Overuse rare vocabulary incorrectly. Again, some candidates they try to use strange uh, vocabulary where they're not familiarized with, where they're not sure of how to use it, but they try to show off, and that is the danger, right? So, a Band-Aid writing demonstrates flexibility. Band-Aid candidates they demonstrate flexibility, which means they show that they are capable of playing with synonyms, different sentence structure. They know how to use active and passive voice in the right situation. In other words, the ability to express the same idea in multiple ways. Right, that should be it for today lecture. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next lecture, which will be about the strategy and scoring, a band score strategy, what separate band 6 from band 8 candidate.